Listen, your business is not your most valuable asset. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but somebody can copy that product. I mean, the product that you took all your hard time and all your valuable sweat and tears and everything that you've done, somebody can copy that. They can clone your whole offer. And I mean, they can sit there and clone it tonight while you're sleeping. But check this out. There's one thing they can't take. See, most people never build it straight out. They don't understand it. They spend 20, 30 years building the wrong thing. And they don't find out until it's absolutely too late. So here's what I need you to picture. I need you to picture this. Somebody starts a business. They're fired up. They've got the real skill set. Maybe they got 20 to 30 years behind it. They go out, they do everything that they've been instructed to do. They get the LLC. They get the website. They even go out and get the business logo, the business cards, the letterhead. They get it all. They do everything that the guru playbook has instructed them to do over time. And then they wait for the phone to ring. And it never does. So what's the next step? What's the next play? So they do what anybody would do. They work harder. They make their product better. They tighten up everything they possibly think that needs to be tuned up, tightened up, screwed in, make sure all the bolts is locked down. Because that's what we were taught to do. When I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, that's what I was taught to do. I was always taught to do good work, and the work will speak for you. Except one thing happened. It didn't. See, the work for me was never the problem. I could knock the work out in a heartbeat. That wasn't a problem. And look, this isn't just me talking to you about my situation. See, Goldman Sachs put a number on this. They're projecting that the creator economy hits about $500 billion by 2027. $500 billion. I don't have enough fingers, toes, knees, and elbows to sit there and count $500 billion. But here's one thing I can tell you: it's not kids dancing on an app. That's the world telling you attention is now the new asset. See, that businesses are getting built on top of audiences now and not the other way around. You got to understand that. And while all of this is happening in plain sight, most business owners are still invincible, still grinding in the dark, still betting everything on a business nobody can see. So they think they've got a business problem, when in reality, they don't. What they have is what everybody has. I know I've had it. Some of my students have had it. Some of the people that I work with have had it. Some of the people who are creating content right now, they've got it. They've got a visibility problem. Now, before we go any further, let me take the time out to tell you who I am. My name is Anthony Porter. I am the founder of Armand Media Group with the umbrella of Podcast for Profits, Anthony Porter Official, the Block to the Broker, and the Coach's Corner. I help everyday content creators, entrepreneurs build their brands on the expertise that they already have. It's not about the number. It's about the build. Now, with that being said, let's move into some other things that you need to know. This is a no fluff, no guru type of zone. I'm going to give you the aspects of things that I've done and some of the things that I've helped people do. And maybe and hopefully these things that you would take in can help you build your personal brand, because that's the one thing nobody can take from you. That's you. So let's move on to the next situation, because we got to talk about something. We have to dive into who I be. I want you to understand who I am. So let me tell you something about I really don't talk about. For most of my work life, I was invincible. All right. So listen, we're from Metropolitan Sewer District, which is part of Metro government, the city of Louisville. I always played the back row, but when it came time for me to move to the front, I got pushed to the back every single time. See, on my crew, I was the guy who made the stuff run, the one fixing things before anybody upstairs even knew something was broken. See, when you in corporate, you have to play by certain rules. When you're in construction, you have to play by the rules of, it's my job to get everybody home. So I was always 3 steps ahead of everybody on the crew in thought process. But that didn't show up on paper. What showed up on paper is people who was puckering up, and I don't have a problem saying it, puckering up. Daddy got them in position and then expected me, a vet who knew more than that person, to follow the person's rules that didn't know diddly squat. See, they want you to put your head down. They want you to work and hope that eventually somebody's going to notice all the hard work you put in. But check this out, nobody noticed that. Here's what they noticed. They noticed I was very outspoken. What they noticed is I didn't take no BS. What they didn't understand is when I'm out here on a job site, what happened is I had to make sure that the person next to me and the person on the other side of me got home to their families. But I had to come to realization, work got done, but they wanted to take all the credit. I've never been in a place to where I felt like in certain areas we was on lockdown. And see the opportunities, they want people who they could control. One certain person, they hold grudges. So if you speak your mind, you just out of luck. They don't want the person who knows the job. And that's the crazy part. They don't want that person. They want the person who they could tell this needs to be done this, and this needs to be done that. And for years, and I do mean years, I kept asking myself the wrong question. I kept asking, how do I get to this position? How do I work harder? How do I prove to them that I should be sitting right here? When the real question was staring me dead in my face. Why does people in charge fear what I bring to the table? And it's not like I lacked anything. Trust me, 27 and a half years, 28 years into this game, you hire somebody who's been here 10 years, and they come out and tell you to do something, and then you do it because that's their policy. See, they set you up for failure. They set you up for failure. And what a lot of people don't want to understand is when they set you up for failure, if you tell them or you speak back to them, A, they hold grudges, B, they can fire you. So you play the game. I played that game. Oh, I played that game to a T. Oh, didn't I play that game and I keep playing that game? Here's the thing. You tell me to do something, I do it. And then when I do it, don't get mad at me because it got done the way you wanted to and it didn't work. See, it wasn't about the visibility for me. And it wasn't about the visibility for my crew. I had to explain to them, the only way things can get changed is if we start doing it their way and they see that it don't work. And over the last 6 months, somebody's been making decisions that ain't working. Now, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about certain aspects of how this game is played. You know, they talk about they don't, what is it called, have a good old boy system, but in reality they do. And it's not a black and white type system because it's not there. So I don't want you to think that, oh, they're super smart when it comes to certain things. What they do is they pick the person who bows down to them the most. So over time, I've watched things and I've watched things happen. I've watched supervisors get brought into the fold and then all of a sudden they leave the fold. Nobody thinks there's anything wrong with that. But you're asking people now who have no skill set, who have no accountability, who have no lack of what goes on in the field to be experts when the person leading them is not even an expert. So that person bounces, another person's coming in, this person got canned for napping on the job, came back, and now has been put in a position to lead others. Make that make sense. I got in trouble one time, never been fired. Not one time, never been fired. But now they want to try to hold me accountable for everybody else's mistakes. No, that's y'all's. That's not a me thing. That's a you thing. So it's not about working harder. It's not about visibility. It's about positioning yourself. You asked me to follow protocol. When I follow protocol, the protocol that you set, and it don't work out the way you want it to work. Now you want to have a whole attitude. Come on, let's be realistic here now. Somebody need to go to management skills. Out of my 28 years, I've been around more people and have meetings with more people who work in corporate America who helped me develop the skill sets that I've developed over time. I've sat down with the directors of certain companies, presidents of certain companies, because I've been invited into those circles. But y'all don't see that because it's not for you to see. So when we talk about that, then we talk about the pattern. What is the pattern? Here's the one thing. Once it's out there, the pattern, once the pattern is seen, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. Again, me being that person, 28 years working for a company, you learn the grind. You learned the frameworks to sharpen your skills and be able to communicate with homeowners and things like that. That changes a whole lot of aspects. Some folk have God complexes and they're not nowhere near God. Some people don't know how to connect. Some people don't know how to talk to people. Over time, it's funny because when you're building a personal brand, these are the type of things that they look for. They want to, how do you resonate with people? In this day and age, you got to be able to resonate with a whole lot of folk, right? Back in the day, they would tell you you couldn't even communicate with the people that you work with. So how am I supposed to get the best out of my employees if I'm not able to communicate with them? That made no sense to me. So when I spoke up, I got spoked out. I'm not out here competing with other supervisors. I'm out here trying to work for a company and make the company better. Now, behind closed doors, here's what a lot of folk don't understand. They're not the ones who sit in these cozy little offices and have to deal with the homeowners who are irate. But guess what? We're the ones out here on the front line breaking it down, explain, because some people don't want to talk to the homeowners. They get mad all they want, but this is reality. This is the era we're living in. See, being a contractor, being a person who worked in a division and still trying to build his personal brand, you see the differences, all right? So the pattern is there. When I tell you I worked around some of the best people when I first came in, they ran the job. They did exactly what was supposed to be done. But here's the thing, back then, we didn't have cell phones that you could post to social media as fast as you can. Nowadays, this is what we see. And I'm not knocking my brethren, man. What I'm knocking is you keep changing the goalposts to fit certain people. And that's the crazy part. You keep changing the goalposts. And it goes from there to coaching football. See, people look at you as if you're not important. One thing that I did learn is when you coach with people who tend to have some level of respect for you, just a small amount, they communicate with you. But when you coach with people who don't have no respect for you, they bring their friends in and you just there for municipal purposes of being there, you figure that out after the first couple of games. There's a pattern. People have patterns. So in these patterns, what you have to do is you have to understand. You're starting from zero. You're building a personal brand. Your business is here, but don't nobody care about your business. They want to care about the person that they trust. I have trust issues. My trust was put into somebody who literally looked me in my face, lied to me, and then basically told me, I don't need you. So got rid of me, which was fine. Now you want to talk about me, which is great because that means I'm on your mind. You don't never have to speak to me. And that's the motto that I took to this whole situation. See, what I'm talking about is the pattern of how people treat people. But when you're building a personal brand, it's the same thing. You have to have a pattern of being successful. You have to have a pattern to build authority. You have to have a pattern that you build in trust with. And if you're not doing that, then a lot of people are just out here all willy-nilly, all right? So with all of the different situations, it's still the same exact deceit. You build your managerial business on the back end of the hard work of the other people. You have coaches who are building their coaching businesses on the back end of other people, but nobody trusts them. So guess what? They never built a brand. Nobody knows exactly who they are. You can't keep walking around. First of all, you can't walk around and tell somebody not to do something when you're the person who trained that person. So in 2026, building your personal brand is the move. It's the market. And see, AI has come in, put a spin on everything. You could take a halfway decent manager and make them look like they a superstar just by using AI to change their resume. Now, the person that comes out of that situation is totally different. You can take a coach and make him a specific guru, but still using AI to help make that situation that way. Doesn't mean that he's that good. All right. So let's talk about the break game. So once we start pulling the curtain back, there are 5 reasons your personal brand is now worth more than your business setting up underneath it. And almost every invisible entrepreneur that I've watched, every invisible coach, every invisible employee who's been building their personal brand, they're missing at least 3 of these specific things. So pull your pen out, pull your paper out, and let's count along with me. All right, so number 1, you got to talk about your story quality. See, none of this is in the bio on the website. Forget that. We're not going to talk about that. See, I'm talking about the story that you've lived, the thing that makes you the most logical choice in that lane, in your lane, because nobody else walked through what you walked through. So your story has to be on point. I just gave you my story, 2 specific portions of my story, so you could understand why people choose to follow me now instead of following the company. And the crazy part about that is I've had conversations with certain people and they be like, bro, you know a lot. They don't want me in positions, and this is the conversations I'm telling them. They don't want me in positions because I know too much. So companies are choosing one side. The employees have chosen another side, but the public doesn't want to deal with this side. They want to deal with the other side. All right, so we're the ones out there who have to deal with all of the public backlash. See, nobody's wearing a hoodie with a corporation's mission statement on it. You understand what I'm saying? They give us the stuff that has the corporate name, but nobody has the corporate mission statement on the hoodie. So, but millions of people are following the founder who built the one thing in public. So you gotta think about it. Nobody follows me because I work for a company. They follow because of who I am. Nobody follows E.T. Eric Thomas because of where he worked at. They follow him because they know him as a hip-hop preacher who teaches motivation, who helps you get motivated. See, nobody follows Russell Brunson because he tried to sell a potato gun DVD. They follow him because he built a brand within inside of a brand, because Russell Brunson is the brand, but ClickFunnels is the company. They follow ClickFunnels because of Russell Brunson. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, right now you have millions of companies out here who are trying to replace Russell Brunson, but they can't replace Russell Brunson's story. And that's never going to happen. And I know earlier you was like, man, what is he at with this? All you got to do is sometimes follow, because everything that I was saying leads right back to what I'm saying. That's the test. If a competitor can copy your business, so ClickFunnels became the lead in funnel making, right? Then all of a sudden I started hearing about one-pagers or lead pages and things like that. I ain't heard about them when I first started using ClickFunnels. But then all of a sudden, Go High Level comes into play. Now, Go High Level became an agency, SaaS agency reseller. And the biggest thing about that is they weren't competing with ClickFunnels. They weren't. They was putting everything in so you could stay on the platform. All right, so we're building this personal brand, but now they're bringing AI into the fold, and you're able to do everything that you don't have to go outside of it. But now they have other companies out here trying to duplicate what Go High Level is doing. And what burns me up is they always want to come and holler, hey, check it out. Here's the reason why I left Go High Level. And then they give you the exact game plan that Go High Level's doing. Here's the reason why I left ClickFunnels. They give you the exact same. So your business can be copied, but the branding can't be. All right. Your competitor has copied your whole thing. Tomorrow, they're going to pop out. There'll be a brand new ClickFunnels, a brand new Go High Level, same prices, same everything, but they can't duplicate the people who led the charge. You understand what I'm saying? For me, my story is a block to the boardroom. I didn't have no role models that was an entrepreneur. I worked in construction, I worked in government, I worked football sidelines. That was it. Each one of those paths that I've taken has had somebody that has knocked me down, and I just kept getting back up. Then I decided that, I'm gonna start building my own media group. I use AI copy for my funnels all day, but you can't copy everything. And what I mean by copy is what we write out. But then somebody has taken and tried to duplicate what I've written. All right. Somebody's always throwing salt on your name. And again, products can get copied, but the story can't. You can't duplicate how I grew up. I have friends that we've all taken similar paths, but we can't duplicate each other's pathway. That's not what I do. So as I started building, I started learning that I need to own the distribution. And this is not posting whatever you feel like. This is having a direct line to your audience, something that you control. Your email list, your channels, your community. Stuff no platform, no algorithm can take away from you. And here's the irony of the whole AI thing. AI made creating cheaper. Anybody can spit out a whole website now, a sales page, 100 posts a day. So when everybody can create this, creating stops being the advantage. Distribution now becomes the advantage. And the rare thing isn't the content anymore. It's people who actually listen to you. Test yourself on this right here. If your platform banned you tonight, could you still reach the people tomorrow morning? I found that out. Like, I literally found that out. I got banned because I just told a lady that I'm dyslexic, and a comment that was made triggered me. She wanted to have a whole argument, and I wasn't arguing with her. And because my next statement was, I'm not arguing with you, lady. I'm on the platform. Go get a drink of water, come back, and I'm off the platform. That's when I realized I was renting from the algorithm. That's when I realized my rent was on that platform. And that's why I've been building the list of the channels under the APO, Anthony Porter Official. That's my way. I'm the asset. I'm the owner. And I'm planning on growing it every single week. And I want people to understand why this is so important. You need to grow your own platform. AI made it cheap. AI made creating content cheap. It made being heard expensive. So take your time and set on that one for a second. All right. And so once you started understanding that it made being heard expensive, attention became the new currency and became an asset in its own class. So no, this is not about going viral. This is about being you, because I don't care about going viral. This is about treating your audience like investors treat capital. You deposit into a consistently growing group, it grows, and it pays you back in full options. There's no getting around that. See, everybody understands investing in stocks. Well, most people do who want to understand. Everybody understands investing in real estate. But watch what the smarter entrepreneurs do now. They're building audiences first. Then everything else gets easier. The launch gets easier, the partnerships, the pivot, the audience, de-risk it all. So let's do a quick test real quick. If your audience, let's do a quick test real quick. Is your audience bigger this quarter than it was last quarter? If you can't even answer that, you're not investing in the attention. You're just gambling on luck. So I have to track my numbers. And when I start tracking my numbers, I started seeing as things go up, I have to make sure that the audience becomes my attention. So when I first started this channel, and trust me, this channel is pretty low compared to some of the other channels that I have done. This channel here is low because it's a fresh channel. It's a revamped channel. I started watching my watch time. I started watching my subscribers list. Subscribers list started blowing up. It started growing. But you got to understand, attention creates leverage. Leverage creates options. And in options, my friends, that's the wealth. So being the fact that this is one of those situations where it has to be that way, we have to get to the visibility. So for some of y'all, this was going to sting just a little bit. This is not being arrogant or promoting yourself nonstop. This is about a real price difference. What the expert nobody knows gets paid versus what the expert nobody trusts gets paid from the same work. Look at the industry. Anyone, the most visible person in it charges 3, 5, 10 times what most skilled persons charge for the same service. Think about it. The market isn't paying for work. It's paying for being chosen by somebody they already know. Now here's a test. Do clients come to you already sold, or do you have to convince every single one from scratch? Because convincing, that's what tax your pay from being invincible. I've done this. I've lived this. I spent decades behind the scenes like the cable guy. I was the most capable guy. I'm still the most capable guy in some rooms. But my premium never became more valuable because I wasn't seen. Not because I wasn't trying to be seen. It's because they didn't want to see me. They wanted to see what they wanted to see. Now we're sinking ship. So being invisible isn't humble. It's expensive. And trust me, 28 years, I got them receipts to show it. So what did I do? I got together with myself. I said, self, I need a media department. So it's not the marketing budget that I touch when my sales get slow. This is the what I want to say, the permanent part of your business, content, distributing. Yeah, your personal brand running every single week, whether you need leads today or not, you got to have it. Mark this down. Every serious company in the next 10 years is going to run like a media company that happens to sell something. And the ones who treat media like it's an option, they're betting their future on the most frugal growth plan there is. Hoping somebody refers them. That's it. Test your content. Does your content get made in your business every week? Even those busy weeks? Because if media stops every time you get busy, that's not a media department. That's your hobby. Just gonna call it what it is. My vision of this is Armand Media Group itself. 4 brands, 1 engine. And listen, content isn't the thing. I do that after work. Content is the work that brings the work. Without media, I don't have nothing. And that's just being real with it. So let's take the time and let's look at the reframe. Now, here's what everybody believes, and I used to believe it too. Build the business first, get you some customers, and make some money. And then somebody, someday, worry about the brand is what we was told. No, that's the order we were all taught. But that equation is backwards as all outdoors. And it took me almost half of my life to really see that when I started doing this business thing. Businesses generate income. Personal brands generate opportunities. And opportunities come before income. Every customer, every partnership, every deal you ever close starts with somebody knowing you and trusting you first. That's just how it works. Now, the old way made sense once. For decades, getting the attention was expensive. You had TV, you had radio, you had print. So you built quietly and you brought visibility later. That's the crazy part. If you could even afford it, you could do it. But being known was a luxury. That world is gone. That's somewhere over there now. See, AI and social media, that dropped the cost of media to basically zero. At the same time, it flooded every market with businesses that all look the same. So when everything could be copied, there was only one moat left. And that was who you are, what you lived through, and who trusts you because of that situation. I learned it too late, honestly. I spent years building in the dark, waiting to get discovered. And then the shift that didn't come from working harder, it came from the day I stopped asking, how do I work harder? And finally asked myself a different question. If everything I built disappeared tomorrow, would anybody even know who I am? No, that's the answer. There's no sugarcoating that. So with that feels, sit with that. See how that feels for you for a second. 30 years of work, and the answer was no. But here's the thing. That was the decision. The decision became Armand Media Group for me, and Armand started opening doors, few decades of being invincible. That hard work, it never touched. So here's my challenge to you. Stop asking how to build a bigger business and start asking how to become impossible to ignore. You have to, man. You have to. Be the name that walks into the room you're not in. You feel me? Here's where all of this is going. In the next 2 to 3 years, AI makes starting a decent business basically free. Every market's gotten flooded. Every market will be flooded. More products, more services, more offers that anybody can sort through. And when that happens, game changes. The market stops rewarding whoever's available and starts rewarding whoever's trusted. Faceless businesses are becoming commodities. Now people get chosen. And in this world, one asset stands by itself. Because you have to understand this. AI can do almost everything now. It can write your emails. It can build your website. It can crank out your content. But it cannot manufacture trust between two people. And your audience that watch them build, you got to understand, trust is earned over time. It's earned over time. It's earned through a real story. Something that can't be downloaded or cloned. This is what it's earned through. All right. So the warning is this. If all you own is a business, your algorithm changed. The market shift, anyone can start over from zero. But the opportunity is this. Most people still won't do it at all. They just won't. They stay invisible, out of habit, out of fear, which means right now, today, visibility is still cheap. The person who starts building their brand this year is buying the cheapest leverage in decades. And look, I make this content because I was that person who was invincible. I know exactly what the cost to be excellent and unseen. Nobody handed me the blueprint at all. I had to go out there, find it the hard way. And believe me, people, the people watching this right now have real skills and real stories that deserve to be known. My job is to translate what I see coming so you can learn not to be the late one to the party. Now, if you're ready to stop watching the creator economy change and start building a place inside of it, subscribe to the Anthony Porter Official channel. We drop 2 or 3 episodes every week just to make sure that you get to that point that you are successful. And with that being said, man, I'm going to see y'all in the next one. That's important, man. Peace.